Hi everyone, how are you? How is your quarantine life? Is it okay now? I was looking forward to enjoying the spring in New York, but it was messed. Now I just paying high rent to be self-quarantined in my apartment. But the situation is getting better, I hope. And so I hope we can reopen the economy soon and get back to the normalcy soon. But once again, security is the first consideration, right? Okay, finally today we are going to cover the last chapter. I feel this semester is endless, right? But we are almost done. You just have three more lectures and the final, the last Excel assignment by this Thursday and the final exam, right? So hang in there. The last chapter is about IS security or cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a real problem for all organizations these days. The learning objectives we are covering in these chapters are defining computer crime and describing several types of computer crime and explaining the differences between cyber war and cyber terrorism. And the last one is discussing the process of managing IS security and describing various IS control that can help in ensuring IS security, right? Okay, let's get started and I'm going to turn off the video. Right. So are you guys interested in the topic IS security? Actually, cybersecurity or IS security is very important these days, right? We haven't seen the rapid digitalization of products, services, and business models or processes. It makes safeguarding digital information or digital asset is a top management priority, right? And nowadays, we can see many companies suffering from data breaches. Then what is data breach? Data breach is a security incident in which information is accessed without authorization. Someone without authorization accesses your information and data and manipulate it. Data breach can hurt businesses and consumers in a variety of ways. It is expensive, it causes financial losses, and also it can damage a firm's reputation and disrupt business continuity, right? So Target is very famous case, and Capital One data breach is the most recent one and the biggest data breach in the history. And you can see the number of incidents has been increasing, and with the exposed records such as private data and companies' intellectual properties or patents. As you can see, it is a real problem now. So you have to know what the risk, threat, vulnerability in terms of cybersecurity in the organizations and how to reduce, how to mitigate the risk or expected consequences, right? And also you have to know how to recover from the cybersecurity attacks, okay? Then what is computer crime? Simply put, if you commit a crime against a computer while using a computer to commit a crime or simply use a computer to support other crime activities, it is considered a computer crime. And two of the most common computer crimes are unauthorized access and information modification. Unauthorized access may be a precursor or antecedent to other activities such as data thief, using corporate resources for personal gain and information modification. Information modification can involve changing data for financial benefits or other purposes, such as activists who defaces a website to make a political statement. And it is important, hacking and cracking. We get these two terms confused and use them interchangeably, right? However, hacking and cracking are different in terms of intention. Hacking is just the process of bypassing computer safeguards in order to gain access to them, which can be either be a good or bad. Hacking originated at MIT when expert computer user would write programs or hacks that allowed them to roam through the mainframe computers and see what was there. Uh, white hat White hat hacker don't intend to do harm, but malicious hacker, sometimes it is also referred to black hat, they have a malicious intent to attack or manipulate the data. Cracking specifically refers to the same practice but with criminal intent. So crackers damage, debase, or steal data, and cracker also called black hat. Then who are committing computer crime or cyber crime? When you hear the term crack or computer crime, you might imagine a techno geek, someone who sits in front of his computer all day or all night, attempting to break into the most sophisticated computer system in the world, such as a computer for US military or Swiss bank, right? While this fits for the traditional profile for a computer crime or cracker, there is no clear profile today. More and more people have the skills or tools and the motivation to hack into a computer system. However, by order of infraction, surprisingly, the number one computer criminal is a current or former employee. We can say insider. We can call them insider, right? So, have you heard about insider threat? And then next three in descending orders are people with technical knowledge who commit sabotage for personal gain, career criminal, or finally outsider cracker. And how do computer criminal gain access to computer system? There are two ways of gaining access to targeted computer systems: using technology and using exploiting human weakness. Frequently, computer criminals use sophisticated software or technologies such as vulnerability scanners. Vulnerability scanner automatically test targeted systems for weakness. Packet sniper analyze network traffic and capture an encrypted password. And social engineering involves misrepresenting oneself to trick others into revealing information. It is a psychological manipulation of people into performing certain actions or revealing confidential information. For example, phishing is a technique of fraudulently obtaining private information. I believe you guys are familiar with phishing, right? And shoulders surfing means looking over one's shoulder while the person is keying in the access information. And dumpster diving involves scouring waste baskets for potential useful information. Important thing here is social engineering means exploiting human weakness. human skill, okay? And many threats seems like common sense, but it requires constant diligence to ensure security practices are constantly followed. Many times, people are the weakest link for the cybersecurity. Unintentional and careless behavior can cause security incidents, and the expected impacts of these accidental security breaches are not less than the normal data breaches. You can see the examples of how people's careless behaviors cause threats to IS security. And effective security controls such as firewalls or intrusion detection system need to be in place, ensuring people don't have access to systems they don't need access to, and access to critical system is logged and monitored. And background checks need to be implemented, and when organizations hire new employees, and terminated employees who have access to critical resources need to be monitored or removed from a position where they could do harm if so motivated, right? And nowadays, securing mobile devices is a big challenge. Literally, with the mobile devices, we can do anything, everything, right? And we save many sensitive data access to our mobile devices, so losing it causes serious security problems, right? And individuals usually do not have capabilities to wipe out data from the lost devices remotely. Okay, from here we are going to explain what malware is and describe the different types of malware. Malware is the abbreviation of malicious software. It includes computer virus, worm, Trojan horse, denial of service, spyware, identity thief, spam cookies. Firstly, let's talk about the computer virus. A virus is a disruptive program that disrupts the normal functions of information system, right? The unique characteristic of a virus is it can reproduce themselves. As we know, viruses infect a computer and then spread to other computers through mechanisms such as email, email attachment, and the sharing of infected files, right? A virus can spread very rapidly through and across organization. And next one is worms and Trojan horse. The worm is an independent program. It can spread themselves without having to be attached to a host program. Like a virus, it can reproduce endlessly itself. However, when virus attacks the computer systems, worms ends up eating computer resources, so computer system cannot perform their intended function. And Trojan program, Trojan horse. Have you watched the movie Troy? I enjoyed watching the movie. Any regards, like the Trojan horse in the Greek mythology. Trojan programs appear to be legitimate, benign program, but carry a destructive code, right? And denial of service attack. When a server has too many requests to handle, it becomes overloaded and unable to serve the request or of legitimate user. Denial of service attack seeks to overload server, typically using a network of hacked computer that are controlled remotely by sending too many requests or messages to the server for it to handle. And then finally, a server failed to handle requests of legitimate user. Okay, we stop here, and next time we will continue covering cybersecurity. Have a good day, stay safe, and see you Thursday. Bye.